And welcome to today's live painting session. Let's paint another landscape. Before that, I want to tell you about something which I've done differently today, which is I published a value sketch video for the painting for the landscape which we are going to do today. So, a video for this value sketch has been published on YouTube. If you haven't watched it, no issues, you can watch it after the live session is over. But sorry for the late publishing of that video. That this idea of making a value sketch video came to me today morning, and then I decided to make the video and publish, and so it took time, and that's the reason why it was published so late, and you might have not got the time to watch it actually. But now let's start with today's painting. So before that, just let me check if we are good on Facebook, if the streaming is happening properly. If anyone is watching, please can you let me know if things are okay on Facebook as well as on YouTube? Just put a comment in the comment box saying it's all okay, or if there is an issue. Okay, seems everything is okay. Good on Facebook. If the streaming. Okay, so now let's. I'll close this. Also this, and let's get started with the painting. Now let me hide my video so that you can see more of my desk. Yeah, and I will be using ultramarine blue, then yellow ochre, yellow chrome yellow or gamboge, burnt sienna, and white. Mostly these colors. Let me first start by drawing out the sketch, or let me make the sketch. You can see that between this sketch and this value study, there is a difference, that this line has gone up here, and I've added a rock here in the foreground, which pushes the rest of the things into distance. And so similarly, things might change a bit in this painting. So that's fine as long as you keep the whole design same. If you change the design altogether, then it becomes an issue. Things may not work out properly. So now let's start sketching this. There's this rock here, and this is the farmland or the flat land where grass is growing or some crop is growing. It's not very tall grass. And then mountain, and then second mountain, and there is this ridge on which also you can see some foliage, some trees growing on the slope, and so on. That should be it. Now let's, just a second, why did this come up? Okay, Let me start by painting the darkest shape, which is this tree mass. This is yellow ochre, and let's paint this. As you know, this may not be the or will not be the final dark value here. I just want some starting point. Okay. Now let's paint the next darkest value, which are slightly lighter. This may not look like green right now. That's fine as of now. We can always change it later. And similar color maybe here also. Now let me wash the brush. And now let's get into painting the mountain shapes and make them even lighter and slightly more brownish. You can see that there is not much of a difference between these two colors. That's fine as of now. I'll adjust it later. And I'll have the same color here also to some extent at least. Transparent. And now let me wash the brush and make the color for the mountain in the background. I want that to be more bluish, but not so saturated blue. Yes. because this mountain is more into the distance, far away. It looks more bluish and lighter in value. Now let's see what else do we paint. Let's paint the foreground. The foreground will have some greenish, grass. Be lighter in value. Let's start with this. I'll make it darker towards the corner. This is the grass towards the or at the edge of the farm. Is slightly more yellowish. And now I will paint the greener grass, for which I'll use ultramarine and chrome yellow or gamboge. I want this color to be bright, so a lot of yellow and maybe some white. Yeah, this looks good. And as we come towards the edge, I'll make it darker. Maybe even a little bit brighter will do. Now, what remains to be painted is the sky. So, what I'll do is I'll modify this mountain color by adding more blue to it and more white. But I also don't want it to be a bright blue. Let's see how this looks. Can be brighter. Yes, this looks okay. You can see that the value between these two shapes, the mountain and the sky, is not much. I will therefore make the sky lighter. It's not a very bright, sunny atmosphere. So now the only thing to be painted is the rock. Maybe a stone or two here. Yes, now let's come to the next stage of painting, which is adding the details or bringing the whole thing together by modifying wherever things need modification. So now let me come from, or let me start with the darks, which will again, so I need a dark green for which I need blue, yellow, and probably I'll add red instead of burnt sienna this time. I'm using vermilion. If you don't have that, you can add any other red also. Yeah, looks good. And here, the at least in this scene, there is no direct sunlight. The whole scene is lit by the light being reflected from the sky. So there is no intense shadow also. But the tops of the trees do receive some more light than the bottom. I'll make this more bluish and use it here. And modify this a bit, and that's too bad, too dark. Yeah, this is good. I want a brighter green, so more yellow, and it goes here. Yeah, I think this looks good for now. I might have to lighten the thing later on. Now let's start with the most distant object, which is the mountain, except the sky, of course. So for the sky also, or the mountain also, I'll add a bit of red. And let's see. Yes, this looks good. Can make it darker a bit. I want some contrast, but it shouldn't be so much that it attracts a lot of attention. Just run my finger over this to make it soft. I'll make it lighter at the top a bit. Yeah, that's enough. So it's just there. It's not so much of it's dominating the shape, dominating the scene, but it's there. That's the level I want the mountain to be seen. I kind of like the way this Venetian red is making the color. So I'm using it even in this. I had not mentioned this in the email which I had sent to you, but you can add this color in your, if you are making notes which colors were used, then you can add this Venetian red or any red which you have. So this is what will create it, the rock face of this mountain. And that's the reason I'm using vertical stroke or slanted strokes, not horizontal. Okay, I will slightly soften this edge. Yeah, that's enough. Now let's paint these trees here. Again, I don't need them very dark, but I want to suggest their presence. So I'll add some red here also. And let's see how this looks. This is not a, this is a muddy green, I would say. But that's what is needed for this, for these trees. Yeah, that's enough. Enough of a suggestion. Now I'll take out my smaller brush and Let's paint the grass and other things. So I want to make this edge a bit more natural. So some darker value towards the base of these grasses. And I'll transition with that same color into this. Same color here also. And some grass is growing near the rock. So you can see these this rock shape being overlapped by the grass. Again, let's make this slightly more interesting by adding some change in color and same change in values. Now let's come to the grass again, more saturated color. But I'm not applying it all over. I'm leaving some gaps in between. So that it creates that unevenness which would be there in any crop or grass growing there. It won't be same green all over. Yeah, it's the light is subdued, it's not very dark. I'll give a highlight on this tree a bit. That's too much, too bright. And I need to paint the it doesn't look right now. Yeah, this looks good. Now what I need as the final thing is few adjustments. I want to make the rock slightly dark here. some suggestion of different layers of the rock. So it's not one rock which is there. There are many layers to that. And now I need some highlight for this tree, maybe a bit of white. Need to tone it down and make it green. Let's see how this looks. I need a darker green towards this side. And also to tone down this highlight on this tree. I think I can darken these areas, darken the darks, and that will create more contrast. Yeah, at least where there is no light reaching, it will be very dark, and that's what this is. And I want almost a dry brush to make this graded towards the top. And some hint of darkness here towards the base of these trees. Yeah, I think uh, it's time to stop here because the tree might, because we are using watercolors, things might become lighter when they dry completely. But for now, I think I can stop working on this. I think I can make the foreground brighter, and that also will add some more pop to the scene. Right now, it's very, very subdued. Yeah, I think that looks better now. And let's try doing one thing. Let's make this a bit darker in few places. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll not keep fiddling with the painting. Let's add the border. It's anyway not a very bright sunny scene. It's in the shadow of these mountains, and the atmosphere itself is hazy. And now let's do one thing. I don't know if I can do that. I don't think I can make this video black and white. Otherwise, I wanted to show you this versus this, where both are black and white, and you could have seen how a painting comes out when the value sketch is also clearly done. You can see that to some extent. You can see this is the lightest, this is slightly darker, this is even darker, and then the ground is also light, and this is slightly darker than this because of the color of the grass also, and because it's more into the shadow area of this mountain, and which is the same thing which is depicted here. So you can see the transition from a sketch to a value sketch to a painting. And I hope if you haven't already watched, you can watch that video. Let me put the URL of that video in the comments so that you can go and watch it after this live. If you are watching this live, if you are watching this video as a recording, then you should watch this video separately. Let me copy the, and let's put this here. You can watch this value sketch video. I put the comment in the, I link in the comment. And I hope you enjoyed this painting. If you have not yet, let me, yeah, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I request you to hit the subscribe button. Also press the bell icon so that you get notified about the new videos, either recorded or live. And if you are watching me on the Facebook, even as a recording or live, and if you haven't followed my page, do follow the page. And the value sketch video is only on YouTube, it's not posted on Facebook. So please go there and watch that, and then paint. If you haven't already painted this, you can always rewind, watch, and replay, whatever. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this whole thing, and see you tomorrow, most probably at the same time. Yes, I wanted to ask you one more question, is whether you are watching live or you are watching this as a recording. I was thinking about shifting this timing of this live to 9 o'clock in the night, IST. So do let me know in the comments if you prefer 3 o'clock or nine o'clock in the night, 3 p.m. in the afternoon, or if you prefer any other timing. Also, you can put a comment that will tell me how many people are available at whatever time you suggest, so that I can plan my live sessions more conveniently for, or conveniently for more people. So do let me know in the comments, and see you tomorrow. Bye.